In 41 AD, a Roman senator spat in the face of a man he considered beneath him. The man did not wipe his face. He did not raise his voice. He simply said, "You see, I was not wrong to think you had a cold," and walked away. That man was Cato the Younger, and in that single moment, he did something almost nobody in that room understood. He refused to hand his power to another man's insult. Most people spend their entire lives being controlled by people who don't even like them. A dismissive comment ruins their morning. A colleague's smirk replays in their head for a week. Someone disrespects them once, and they carry that disrespect around like a stone in their shoe for months. The Stoics had a name for this. They called it being enslaved by opinion, and they built an entire philosophy around a single brutal question. Why are you letting people who don't control your life control your peace? Today we're going to break down the Stoic method for never being disrespected again. Not because you'll stop people from trying, but because you'll stop giving them the one thing they're actually after: your reaction. Epictetus was born a slave. His leg was broken by his own master, some accounts say deliberately, just to see if Epictetus would react. He didn't. He simply said, "Did I not tell you that you would break it?" That response wasn't weakness. It was the most powerful thing he could have done. Here's what almost nobody understands about disrespect. It requires a target that flinches. When you flinch, when your face changes, when your voice rises, when you need to defend yourself, you confirm to the other person that they found something real. You hand them proof that their words matter. The moment you stop flinching, the insult has nowhere to land. It becomes a stone thrown into water. It arrives. It causes a small ripple. And then the water goes still again, exactly as it was. Most people think confidence means proving people wrong. The Stoic knows confidence means not needing to. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth, and he was still criticized daily by senators, by generals, by his own family. In his private journal, the one never meant for anyone else to read, he wrote himself a rule. Begin each morning by expecting ingratitude, arrogance, and insult from the people you'll meet. Not because people are evil, he said, but because they don't know good from evil. This is the part people skip. Marcus wasn't teaching himself to expect the worst, so he could be cynical. He was removing the element of surprise. Disrespect only wounds you when it catches you off guard, when some part of you still believed the world owed you better treatment today. The Stoic starts the day already having made peace with the fact that some people will be small, petty, and unfair. So when it happens, there is no injury. There is only confirmation of something he already accepted. Most people are shocked every single time someone treats them badly, as if it's never happened before. The Stoic was never shocked because he never needed the world's permission to feel steady. When Seneca was exiled to Corsica, stripped of his wealth, his position, and his name dragged through Rome, he wrote something almost nobody in his position would have had the composure to write: that a man's true self and his reputation are two completely separate things, and only a fool spends his life managing the second while neglecting the first. Think about how much of your daily energy goes toward managing what people think of you, the careful wording of a text so no one misreads your tone, the rehearsed comeback for a comment that hasn't even happened yet, the replaying of a conversation wondering if you came across as weak. Seneca would tell you, that energy is being stolen from you, and you are the one handing it over. Your reputation lives in other people's heads. You will never fully control it, no matter how perfectly you behave. But your character, your discipline, your integrity, the way you actually treat people, that lives entirely inside you, and no one can touch it. The Stoic stopped guarding his reputation and started guarding his character instead. And ironically, that's the version of him people ended up respecting the most. There's a story about Marcus Aurelius facing a general who openly mocked his authority in front of the entire court, waiting for the young emperor to erupt or to grovel. Marcus did neither. He looked at the man, said nothing, and simply moved on to the next matter of state. as if the insult had never been spoken at all. To the room, it looked like Marcus had lost the exchange. In truth, he had already won it. He understood something the general never grasped. Arguing with a fool gives the fool an audience. Silence gives him nothing. When you refuse to respond to disrespect, you are not admitting defeat. You are delivering a verdict that this person and what they said are simply not worth the currency of your attention. Most people think silence is the absence of a response. The Stoic knows silence is the loudest response there is. Here's the uncomfortable truth underneath all of this. You cannot stop people from disrespecting you, not with the right words, not with success, not with proving them wrong. Cato couldn't stop the senator from spitting on him. Epictetus couldn't stop his leg from being broken. Marcus couldn't stop senators from despising him behind closed doors. What every single one of them controlled was what happened next, inside them. That is the entire Stoic method for disrespect, not becoming untouchable to the world, becoming untouchable to yourself. So the next time someone dismisses you, mocks you, or tries to make you small, remember Cato, who didn't wipe his face. Remember that the insult was never really about you. It was a mirror, held up by someone hoping you'd flinch. Don't give them the reflection they're looking for. If this brought you even a moment of clarity, consider staying a while longer. There's more of this waiting for you. And if the words of Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus speak to something in you, subscribe. The next lesson is already on its way.